Mayaki is a veteran journalist, historian, diplomat, archivist, and documentalist. He obtained his first educational degree from the Nigerian Institute of Journalism before bagging a bachelor's degree in international studies and diplomacy from the prestigious University of Benin, UNIBEN. He proceeded to Coventry University in England, where he earned a master's degree in communication, culture, and media. Mayaki was also awarded a certificate in leadership and entrepreneurship by the University of Oxford, and yet another certificate in rewiring leadership for high impact and sustainability by the University of Cambridge. He is a professional consultant on communication, management, and strategy, duly certified by the Chartered Management Institute, England. He serves as the Chief Executive Officer of Bloomshire, Nigeria, a 360 media outfit, and the Country Director of Coalition for Good Governance and Economic Justice in Africa. The coalition is a non-governmental group focused on helping government to deliver economic goods to the people and collaborate with media and international partners to promote justice, accountability, and public education.
Good morning, everyone. I want to sincerely appreciate every one of you for this opportunity and for honoring our invitation. My name is John Mayaki. I'm the Country Director of Coalition for And this event is put together just because of you and me, and because of our country, the love for nation. We've stayed abroad, we've worked and schooled abroad, and we discovered that we need to come back home and protect our own. Make sure we come back home and make sure we invest in our country. Whatever you've learned abroad, come back home and make sure you keep your country. Most importantly, we've seen nations in crisis. A lot of nations, in fact, every nation around the world are in crisis, every nation. There's none that is exceptional. And so, Nigeria is not exception. It's not an exception to the crisis around the world. Crisis of environmental degradation, political crisis, economic crisis, inflation across the world. You see the recent happening in Sudan. You've seen what is happening in Iran. Even Iran, even North Korea, in Ukraine, everywhere in the world. Even UK, even in the US, the gun crisis. People get killed every day. In the UK, you see the knife crisis. There are a lot of crises around the world. And so we decided to say one of the major crises we have here in Nigeria, we agree that we've got bad leadership. We agree that we've got issues of corruption. We agree that we've got economic crisis. But most importantly, too, there are issues, there are elements that could trigger this very crisis and could degenerate and could inflame the country, and the country could be set ablaze, and which is fake news. We discovered that before the election, most importantly, and during the election, even after the election as we speak, the avalanche and deluge of fake news has increased tremendously. And it has done incalculable damage to this country. It has done incalculable damage to organizations. Recently, we saw some corporate organizations, some corporate guys, billionaires in the country fighting over what information, what not information. Now, even before the election, we had somebody say, oh, the man is dead in UK. Oh, no, the man has an offshore account. Oh, no, the other man, we saw him. These are all concocted news, which we call fake news. Now, what you'll be learning today, you're going to learn how to decipher, how to know what is fake news, what is not fake news. The guy coming is going to teach you how to fact check. And most importantly too, we invited civil society organizations, we've invited lawyers, we've invited journalists, so that you can be able to go back to the society and disseminate the information and be able to also tell somebody, no, this is fake news. I can tell you this because somebody is going to tell you all the tools to fact check what is fake news. Now, we want to appreciate technology in the sense that it has brought in development. We've seen what the technology has done. When it came, people got sacked from work. When we used to have typewriters, stenographers, and these guys were very busy in the newsroom. Don't forget, I'll be coming back to the issue of the newsroom and the social media, the gatekeepers and the gatekeepers, the two dimensions of journalism, news dissemination, and all of those. But most importantly, as I was saying, you've got people who sit down, concoct story because of the advent of technology. Like I said, two things. Technology is good. When it came, people got sacked from work, but of course, it has enhanced our living. But people have also latched on it to say, we're going to use this thing to get what we want. You see, this guy, we don't need him here. This election is going to contest. This guy is, we're going to give him a name, and you cook a name around it, and you call him whatever it is. And people begin to pass it around. People begin to pass it around. It's fake news, but you have designed it in such a way with technology, and people try to believe it. You know, so today we want to ask Nigerians, especially in this microcosm, it is very hard, so that people came in from Kano, people came in from Lagos, people came in from different parts of the world. They are here seated. Even those in Abuja, wherever you are, in your various closets, you are able to pass the message around that we must be protective of our country. We must be patriotic about our country. We've got no other country to go to. If anything happens today, now look at the crisis of the Naira redesign. You can't tell me, no big man will tell me, in all honesty, that you are not affected. Now, you couldn't just access money from the ATM. If there's crisis, you'll be running inside the bush. You'll not be talking about money in the ATM. If there's crisis, serious crisis. You saw the crisis of NSAS. You saw the crisis of NSAS, and now students started using internet to school at home. You can't go out. In fact, markets were shut down. If you need to go to the mall, you need to know the time to go to the mall, and look at the crisis of COVID and all of those. So the most important thing here is that we must begin to talk to ourselves. We must begin to pinch ourselves that the stability we have today, the peace we are enjoying today, no matter how bad the governance is, no matter how bad, we still prefer it than what is happening in Sudan. That our people, we needed to rush in our people back home. So we expect that this outcome, the outcome of this workshop, will number one teach us on how to be patriotic about our country. Number two, we're able to see fake news and detect it. Number three, not just dictating it, stop it. 3 aims and takeaway you're going to get is: number one, be patriotic about your country. Number two, be able to see fake news, detect it, and number three, you're able to stop it. If we're able to get this done, I think we'll be on the path of progress. Thank you so very much for listening. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much,